CCX Sports presents coverage of the Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. It's the third place game featuring Lake Conference rivals Edina and Wayzata. From the Plymouth Ice Center, John Jacobson and Dan Ficken. And Dan, each of these teams starting with a loss. They begin their season on Friday night. Wayzata losing 4-1 on the nightcap to Moorhead, and Maple Grove beat Edina in the first one 7-5. So for each of these teams, what needs to improve to get a win tonight?
Well, Edina, most importantly, it's not putting the puck in the net. It's stopping the puck from going in. Their defense was not very good last night. Got running around a little bit, and once that lead goal went in, they kind of fell apart and lost their defensive coverage. That's the biggest thing they got to improve. Why is that? It's just they got to get a puck to go in the net. It's just that simple. They played well last night. They just couldn't get one past Hodges, who, supreme goaltender for Moorhead, no question. But if they could have got a couple more, it would have been a whole new ballgame.
It's only the first week of the season. At the same time, you don't want to be the one team that starts 0-2 either, right?
Well, especially against your rival. I mean, these two teams don't like each other. They play in the same conference. It's been an ugly, intense game. And frankly, they don't care if they're playing for third place. They're playing against each other. So this is for bragging rights, mostly in the lake, more than anything else.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Wayzata, actually the visitor tonight, and the guy who scored their one goal last evening, Jack Siemens.
Yeah, Siemens, boy, I'll tell you what, he had a good game last night. He was all over the place, deflected a shot from the side into the net to get their first and only goal, but played a really good all-around game. Both ends, John, in the defensive end and in the attack zone. Got about 4 more opportunities, just couldn't cash it in.
And for Edina, senior defenseman Jake Boltman.
Well, if you didn't notice Bowman last night, you had your eyes closed, you weren't listening to the game. He was all over the place, defensively and attacking. Now, my only thing is maybe pay a little more attention defensively to help out, but he's a heck of a player. He needs to get a puck in the net.
Could be a good one tonight. Edina and Wayzata facing off for third place in the Turkey Trot Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center. We're back with more on CCX Sports. Drop the puck in the first period after this.
This holiday season, unwrap the possibilities with a Simonson Salon and Spa experience. Unrivaled hair, face, body, nail services, and beauty products for you or anyone on your list. Spa packages start at only $148. A holiday-inspired bonus gift is yours with a qualifying in-store gift card purchase. Shop our irresistible boutique for trendy fashions, gifts, and accessories in Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Coon Rapids. For dazzling online gift certificates, visit simonsons.com.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Plymouth Ice Center. John Jacobson with Dan Ficken. Jay Wilcox ringside tonight for the third place game, Edina and Wayzata, because Moorhead needs to travel back up to northwestern Minnesota. The Spuds got the early game, played in the championship game, held the lead over Maple Grove 2-1 after 2 periods. Maple Grove scores 5 in the third, and the Crimson win the championship game. Now here's some highlights from last night. Edina actually gets out to a lead in this game, Dan, 3-1, but Maple Grove with a nice comeback on Friday night in the first semifinal.
That was interesting. Edina lost 111 goals, yet they pumped in 5 last night, so scoring issue, but same thing happened to them that happened to Moorhead. I mean, Crimson just exploded, and we saw a good opportunity. Jake Seaman here for Wayzata scoring the first goal for them, and then Spuds came back, and all of a sudden got one in the third, and then just piled it on, got another one, and came back. And overall, John, Wayzata played a heck of a game.
Yeah.
They really did.
We talked to Pat O'Leary in between periods of the first game here tonight, and he said, overall, we're pretty good. We didn't take advantage of our power play in the first period. He said the 5-minute major that they had, gave up a power play goal early in the third, and then just couldn't cash in on any chances. It was a 3-1 game, and they got an empty netter for to make it 4-1. final. See Maple Grove winning their second straight Turkey Trot Tournament championship. So congratulations to the Crimson. Players being introduced out on the ice right now, and Edina in their, I love those green and yellow jerseys. You know, even though growing up, we're always taught, don't like Edina. I love that tradition of their hockey program. I love those jerseys. They're classic.
Really?
They're unbelievable.
I got to be honest with you, I prefer the old Edina East green jerseys with the black trim and the no shoulder. I hate shoulder flashes.
Yeah, well.
But there's nothing like that Edina script.
Right.
It represents excellence. This should be a very interesting game. We were talking in the first game to see how each of these teams would react the second time out. They got a good look at each other last night, and now we'll see who steps up and improves and get some consistency here.
We'll take another break. We'll come back and drop the puck to start the first period. Wayzata Edina hockey next on CCX.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Teams are ready to go. The third place game, Edina and Wayzata from the 2019 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament, the 18th annual tournament. Both of these teams have won tournament championships here before. Maple Grove wins their second straight earlier this evening against Moorhead. Both goalies the same, Dan, as we saw last night. That means Loudon Hogg, the junior for Edina.
Got to pick it up tonight. Did not have a real good night last night. Not a good save percentage per se, so we'll see if he can rebound. He did take him to a state championship.
And Garrett Bonello on the Wayzata end gave up 3 goals, and as I mentioned, the fourth one an empty netter tonight. Got his first varsity start last night, and he gets the call again tonight. You know, it's interesting. A lot of times in this tournament, we've seen coaches the second night, especially if they're in the third place game, they'll put the other goalie in. Just see what, get both guys action is in the opening weekend. Not so much tonight for Coach Giles and Coach O'Leary. They go with their game 1 starters again.
Let's see if each of these kids rebounds and start building some consistency.
So we're underway. Wayzata in the goal as they get the puck out to center ice. Back at their own blue line, Kyle Mortensen playing it ahead. It's past Siemens and down into the Edina zone, where it's chased down by Gunnar Johnson. And out come the Hornets now. Evan Worst in the middle, shot on net by Jackson Borst. And the save made by Bonello. Wayzata will flip it out to center. And skated down by Nick Williams. Williams has started off on his left to Grant Morton. Out come the Hornets. Rink wide pass misses the stick of Borst, and that's icing on Edina.
Well, a little bit of an uneven start here, back and forth, but looks like the Trojans got a little bit of a jump in their step tonight compared to last night. It started out slow for them, but this is Edina. They know what's at stake here.
Alex Illies and Jack Kimlinger on the faceoff. That's controlled by Edina and sent back down with another icing call on the Hornets.
Yeah, a couple players really we need to keep an eye on tonight too. Surprisingly enough, our youngsters, number 22 for Edina, AJ Dahl, tremendous faceoff guy, and of course emergence number 17, Jimmy Clark, the freshman from Edina, was unbelievable last night, and we'll see how he continues his growth here as the second game as a Hornet.
Shot and a goal, and Wayzata gets on the board. 1:05 into the game. So the icing, Dan, comes back to cost Edina. Wayzata gets the face-off win, and Kimlinger scores.
And boy, they needed him to step up too. He's one of the returning vets. You know, he had 15 goals from last year, and boy, it's good to see him get off the Schneider. You don't think winning faceoffs isn't important? Boy, he's standing right there on the side of the net, just waiting for that last rebound to come through. Alex made some good saves there to start with, but he lost it behind him, and Kimlinger was standing right there.
Jake Schneider had the first shot, and then there's Kimlinger there at the side of the net to bang home the rebound.
Now, if you remember last night, Maple Grove got the first goal on Edina, and they came back and tied it up. So
Wayzata getting the puck down back behind the Edina net. Off into the circle and cleared up into the bench area. Face off back in the Edina zone.
Well, we talked last night a little bit about Edina and their defense, you know, was not real good, and here we go again. Too many Trojans standing near the side of the net, and the rebound kind of slipped out of Hogg's vision and glove, and they popped it in. They're going to have to tighten that up. They're going to have to start taking those yellow bodies out of there.
Dylan Lewis gets the second assist, along with Jake Schneider on the Kimlinger goal. Play back behind the Hornets net, played by Kevin Enriquez. Bounced off the glass out to center. Carson Peters has it there, playing it out and brought into the zone briefly by Edina, and then sent back out by Wayzata. At the line, Enriquez ahead and down into the Wayzata end. And flipped out to center ice. From center, shot in by A.J. Dahl as Wayzata defending in their own end, but it's Edina with the puck. Pass to the slot, shot, but not a lot on it by Mason, and Wayzata has it. Back they come with Lindahl. He'll shoot it in. Chasing after it goes Lewis. Kimlinger leaving it for Schneider. He gets tied up. Pass misses Kimlinger's stick, but kept in nicely at the point by Tomczyk. Schneider takes a check from Boltman, who takes him out of the play. Schneider side of the net.
Ooh.
And kind of fanned down it, got it toward the net, but not a lot on it. Haug able to cover it up.
Well, that Wayzata forecheck's consistent. They were merciless last night on Moorhead, especially in the first two periods of the game, and just kept coming at them. They couldn't cash in, and of course they've cashed in already for a goal, so that's got to bolster their spirits a little bit. But they're going to put pressure down low on Edina here, and they're doing it very well so far.
Gavin O'Connell against Emmett Wurst on the faceoff, and now they chase Wurst, and Mark Overman will come in. And Wayzata and Wyatt Carlson put it back behind the net onto the stick of Wyatt Wurst. The blue line were kept in by Tomczyk. Back to the corner, left boards, Overman. Tomczyk keeps it in again. Lost in the circle by Edina briefly, and then they get it back. Emmett Wurst got it into the Wayzata zone, goes after it behind the net. Going to chase it down right corner and along the boards. His teammate Overman got their first shot on net, and Garrett Pinello the save.
That's kind of the line that's got to get it going here for Edina. But, you know, traditionally Pat O'Leary sets up a tremendous defensive scheme. Their teams have always been very solid.
Turnover by Wayzata. Backhand shot goes wide by Illies. Back out, right point, shot away, then hits traffic. Rebound try, and Pinello makes the save on Morton.
Good clearance by the Trojans there, giving him a good look at the shot.
Pat O'Leary, 9th season as head coach. State tournaments 13, 16, and 17. Cleared out by Wayzata and shot back in. Trojans gain control again. Left circle, big shot away, and nice stop by Hogg.
Boy, good position there. Got himself steady, fundamental. Hogg did, and just let it absorb into his pads. Saved and got a face off.
Sauer on the face-off win, but the puck comes to Edina. They got a 2-on-2. It's brought by Dahl and flipped out of play. There's Kurt Giles, 21st season, dozen state tournament appearances, a championship. Well, few, but including last year.
Yep. Done a tremendous job there. We don't see too many high school coaches coaching for 21 years at one place.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Puck back down into the Hornets' end. And out come the Hornets with Jimmy Clark in alone on the right side. Clark drives in, he scores! Nobody picked him up, and Clark picks the corner, scores on Bonello, and we're tied up at 1.
Well, you could just see the tremendous speed this young freshman has got. And boy, he don't look like a freshman, does he? He looks like a man out there. Tremendous burst of speed through the neutral zone that gave him the advantage, and they just couldn't get over to cover him in time, and he rips a great shot past Bonello to tie this game up. This kind of same scenario as it was going last night in the Maple Grove of Edina. But look at the speed he got. He just cleanly got through there, nice and easy. Got his inside shot and buried it.
Bonello, another stop.
And this could ignite the Hornets now. They get some offensive flow going, but Clark has just been immensely impressive. And as a freshman, he's going to end up by the end of the year be one of the better players in the state as a freshman. Look at that. Boy, just rifled it up top.
They win another faceoff. Puck right out in front of the net again. Boltman now from the blue line. A lot of traffic out in front. Puck doesn't come all the way through. Boltman can't keep it in this time. It'll be skated down by Wyatt Wurst at center. Pushed by Boltman toward the Trojans line. Wayzata getting back. Kimlinger got it in the zone. Here's Lewis.
Ooh.
Chopped to the front of the net. Cleared along the boards by Edina. Tie up there in front of the Hornets bench. And a giveaway, and here comes Edina with Jackson Borst. Borst stops at the top of the circle, getting off for Boltman, and had it hop off his stick, or he would have had a scoring chance himself. Cleared back out to center. Boltman shoot it right back in for the Hornets.
You can see the change already. Boltman last night would have taken that puck and gone in. He's dumping it in twice already. He's staying back and playing a little more defense tonight.
A delayed penalty coming up here on Wayzata, and as they touch it, we get our first penalty of the night. A tripping call. That's going to send Tucker Ness into the penalty box.
Well, it was one thing that Trojans had last night was a lot of practice on the penalty kill. That major penalty they had, and they were even down to 5-on-3 down for quite a while, 1 minute and 40 seconds last night in that penalty, and. Whoa, that's an iffy call. That was mostly because he fell down.
Oh, shot hits the post. Hornets nearly made it 2-0. They'll set up again. Boltman's pass gets broken up and comes out of the zone. Good play by Siemens to get it out, or rather by Lidke to get it out. Hornets bring it right back in. Tie up along the boards, cleared. Pinching in and keeping the puck in was Williams, and then Wayzata clears it out. And a 25 left in the power play for the Hornets. They lead it 1-0, 7 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it shows Giles' confidence in his younger kids. He's got a sophomore and a freshman out there on the power play already. And Clark and Dahl.
Goldman stopping. Chased by Podiak, and now comes out to his blue line, is out to center ice. Boltman will bring it in onside. Stops, pass broken up. Good defensive play by Podiak on the pass intended for Williams. from center. Brought in the zone by Williams. Shot on. Bonillo makes the save and covers up. Luke Rogumer right on the doorstep looking for a loose puck and didn't get one.
Could have been a deflection there too. He was coming in good. Good play by Williams.
This was earlier in the power play, and that one just ringing off the post right behind Garrett Bonillo.
That would have been Boltman getting off the Schneider. It would have been about an inch lower.
Wayzata face-off win. They clear it down with 40 seconds left in the power play now for Edina. Connor Johnson with it. Nice little maneuver by Morton at center to get free. Morton cuts right into the net. And a save made by Bonillo. Morton gets it back again. Drops it back to the blue line. Now off right corner. Back out high. Left point. Good job moving the puck around here by the Hornets. And that gets off the stick of Johnson and out of the zone. Pass just a little bit behind Johnson. He kind of couldn't hold it, and the penalty time is expired. Wayzata is back at full strength. We'll shoot it down here, and this will be icing on the Trojans.
Well, not a bad power play for the Hornets, John. Just at the end there, just got a little confricatated here as they missed a few passes and stuff, but created some opportunities early on that. But Wayzata struck strong on their penalty kills. They have been for many, many years. Is Wayzata the home team in this game?
No, we were told Edina was, but you're right. Because you have to send the player off to try to make a late change. Scramble out in front of Bonillo. And out comes Wayzata. Trojans now setting up in the Edina zone. Right point shot away, gets deflected from Ness's stick, and Edina has it. And a good breakup on the pass by Peters in the neutral zone for Wayzata. Sends it back to the Edina end. Boltman for Williams out to center ice. Jackson Boris drives to the net. Save made by Bonillo.
That was a heck of a pass to break that out. Boris picked it up and made a nice run.
Here's Wayzata playing it out towards center. Knocked down by Boltman though. He's got a man open. Clark comes in. Goes, and Bonillo makes the stop before he could get. He wanted to pull it back to it and do the backhand, Dan, but Bonillo does a nice job of playing the puck.
Held his ground well.
Doesn't allow him to pull the puck back.
Watch his position as Clark's coming in on him. Comes up and he gets a nice poke check with that paddle. Nice job. Held his ground big time.
Puck gets knocked down off the face-off. And Wayzata comes back. A 1-1 hockey game here with 7:10 to play. In the first period of play, Wayzata scored minute 5 in. Edina scored 4 minutes later. Played out in front of the Edina net where it's taken by Wyatt Wurst. And come the Hornets into the zone, trying to float it toward Clark again. And the pass just missed. Boltman drives it off the glass back behind the net. Wyatt Wurst will pick it up. Backhander by Clark, and Bonillo with another big stop. And Clark nearly had his second. Turns along the wall, still with the puck. He'll feed it off, shot away. That hits the Edina player with Johnson back out to the blue line and stopped. And cleared out by Sauer. Back comes Edina. Here's Boltman in on the right side. Nice pass right to Morton. Bonillo to save the backhand try. And another stop off the shot by Illies. Hornets all around the net. And this pass just out in front of Kindlinger, who gets held off by Boltman. They both go down back behind the Edina net. Shot high. Off the stick of Lindahl. It's in front, and it's a goal. And Wayzata goes back in front. Dylan Lewis makes it 2-1 Wayzata.
That's 2 goals for that line, boy. They're starting to wake up here. I love the pressure they put on. Again, working down low. They brought it out to point once, got a shot inside, and then bang, they worked it down low and just went after the goalie and forced her in. See down low, good play here by Kimlinger to get it down. Then they got in front. Now watch. They're right there all around the net, all 3 of them, and just banging and hacking, and by God, they got another one in.
Kimlinger getting an assist this time.
Oh, that's bonus time for the Trojans. Bonus time.
And right before that, boy, Edina was just all over the Trojans, and Bonello couldn't put anything away. He'd been the better team for about 5-6 minutes, and then Wayzata pops one in, and they're back in front.
Oh, for all the bad luck Wayzata had last night, they're catching some tonight.
Yeah.
It's been some good luck.
They're trying to skate it out as Williams will pass it out to center. Slips down into the Trojan zone. Peters with it there. Onto the stick of O'Connell. O'Connell turning. Gives it up to Lidke. Lidke will bring it in right side. Lidke didn't get a lot on it. Does slide all the way to the net where Hogg makes the save.
Well, good play by Lidke there. He's another one of these returners that, was a scorer last year that needs to kind of step it up and get off the Schneider. Sometimes that first goal of the year is a tough one to get. And all of a sudden, once they get it, they erupt. We've seen that with Kimlinger. Got his first goal tonight, and he's got 2 assists already, and is a factor in this game.
Scrum for the puck to the corner of the net. It's freed up. Came to Wyatt Worst. Took a check. He's the Hornets. Will skate it out. Pass out to center. A little bit off the stick of Williams. And now to play.
Been some good intensity in this game, John. We kind of figured that would be because not only just the turkey trot, but also the late conference type deal and the history these two have. But we were talking about the Edina jerseys earlier. Edina's faced every game with getting the best game from the opposition because they know they're playing
for decades, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wyatt Worst taken down, and Edina is going to go on the power play for the second time here in the first period.
Yeah, stick got hung up. John Matson out of caught, and of course they're going to call that every time. You just got to be careful where it's at. Got in there rather roughly. Took down Wyatt Worst. Okay, big test for the Trojans here.
Hooking penalty at 12:27. Wayzata wins the face-off and they clear it down the ice. Hogg leaves it there for Boltman. Now Nick Williams. Williams up through center ice into the Wayzata zone. Had a stick knocked away as he carried it toward the back of the net. Hornets still with the puck though. Minute and a half to go in the man advantage. Clark off in the right corner. And pass it back out to Nick Williams. Back to Clark. Turns with the puck along the wall. Williams fires. Shot it wide. Backhand try and a rebound. Tie up by Tomczyk didn't allow Will Johnson to get a shot away, but they get the puck back. Boltman quickly to Williams through his skates. Clark with it, right circle. Clark centering pass out in front. Boltman turns off to Nick Williams, moves in, and he fired it high over the top of the net. Lewis gets it for Wayzata, and he clears it out of the zone. Edina right back in with Williams. Fires it high over the net and off the glass. In comes Rugemer with the puck. Back out to Boltman. Shot away. Bonello the save, and a good job clearing the rebound by Kimlinger. And now he gets the puck for Wayzata and rolls it out for the Edina end. Down to 20 seconds left in the man advantage for the Hornets. They hit the line as Williams takes a check there from Lidke. Kept in the zone though at the left point by Illies. Illies and Lidke tying up in front of the Trojans bench. Freed up by Edina. Caught in the skates of Boltman. He couldn't get a shot away from the right circle. Wayzata's back at full strength. Shot away, gets blocked. And Wayzata ices the puck. Now bring the face-off back to their end. 2:24 to go here in the first period. 2-1 Wayzata.
And the penalty killed off. A lot of time inside the zone. 3 good opportunities, John, would you say, for the Hornets?
Yeah.
Out right there, but couldn't get one through. Yeah, that's the one thing Wayzata's needed too. If they could get some, good goaltending this year, they could be a better team than people are giving them credit for.
Giveaway by Edina in their own end. Here comes Wayzata, shot away, and Hogg able to make the stop on Peters' try. Trojans keep it in. Puck comes loose in the corner. Johnson with it there. Gunnar Johnson around the boards. Gavin O'Connell after it, and now comes Edina. 2-on-2, they'll shoot it in. Overman will get it down into the Edina end. Overman getting tied up by Tomczyk. Hornets with it. Left boards turning was Jackson Borst. He takes a double team there in the corner, and Wayzata able to take the puck and flip it out and down in the Hornets end. Wyatt Wurst and O'Connell back behind the net. Now it comes out of the zone to center. And we're going to get an offside call on Wayzata, or on Edina in the Wayzata zone with minute 22 to go.
Well, Diners done a good job in the past 5 minutes or so, keeping Wayzata at bay. At that last goal, they're breaking the puck out pretty cleanly and not letting him get some forechecking flow.
And it's a face-off win for Edina. Nick Williams, pass off the stick of Jimmy Clark. Wayzata turns it back to center. Brought back in by Clark. Here he is, moving it in, and shot away, and Pinello the stop.
Oh, talk about magic hands. That nice move and got it over to his backhand. The other thing I like about that young man, he's not afraid to take a backhand shot.
No.
He's not.
Right.
He's not always trying to get it on his forehand.
Look at Clark again, 17. Face-off win cleanly here for Wayzata. Out they come with Lewis. He'll shoot it in wide of the net as Wayzata will chase. Kimlinger trying to get it off for Schneider. It's all the way back behind the net, and Edina quickly possesses the puck again. On to Clark's stick. Goes back behind the Edina net. Round to the left point. Oh, and cleared away. Here's a chance for Wayzata. They got a 2-on-1. Kimlinger trying to get it. Lewis instead put it right on net, and Hogg makes the save.
Boy, Hogg had to be alert there. He did a nice job. Uh-oh.
Now chance the other way. Here comes Edina with Clark. Right circle and in front. Oh, and Bonello with a huge stop, robbing Willie Johnson.
Ooh. Nice play by Clark there, too, getting that puck through. I thought they had that angle block, but they didn't. Clark shifted through. And a great opportunity, but Bonello, nice job here. Look at this pass. Saucers it. Gets it right on the stick, but Bonello so read the whole thing, got across quick on it.
Under 20 seconds to go. Final rush here for Wayzata. Siemens putting it back behind the Edina net. Overskated there by the Hornets. A chance right on in front, and Hogg comes up huge as he stops Lidke. And that'll be the end of the first period of play. Wayzata holds a 2-1 lead.
Pretty good period of hockey.
Yeah.
Both up and down. Wayzata just got one thing accomplished. They got on the scoreboard and scored more than one goal. So they're looking pretty good, playing pretty solid defensively. Both goalies tonight, John, look good if it's straight away. If they can keep the Trojans off Hogg, he should have a good game and allow them to keep them in the game. But this is a good one. I'm going to enjoy this one.
Our score after one, Wayzata 2, Edina 1. We'll be back with our first intermission in the third place game of the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center in just a moment.
This holiday season, unwrap the possibilities with a Simonson Salon and Spa experience. Unrivaled hair, face, body, nail services, and beauty products for you or anyone on your list. Spa packages start at only $148. A holiday-inspired bonus gift is yours with a qualifying in-store gift card purchase. Shop our irresistible boutique for trendy fashions, gifts, and accessories in Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Coon Rapids. For dazzling online gift certificates, visit simonsons.com.
We're with Kurt Giles, the Edina head coach, and your team down 2-1. There's some chances late in the period for both teams that look like, what were your thoughts on the first 17 for the Hornets?
Yeah, it was okay, with some good things going on, but we got some laps in defense that we got to fill those holes. We can't keep giving them opportunities around our net. We're hanging around, but you got to make good plays.
We were talking last night about how, last year's team you had so much experience on. It's going to be a little different thing. What are you looking to see tonight from the kids as they look to bounce back from that first night?
Well, I think the big thing is they compete. We want to make sure that they realize last night they did some good things, some things they need to improve on, but we want them to compete. We want them to compete all the time, and that's what they're doing here. So it's our responsibility to give them the right spots, the right frame of mind. As long as they compete and do what we ask them to do, that's all we can ask.
Playing back-to-back nights early in the season, is it tough, or is that something that the kids kind of look forward to, testing themselves that way?
No, they're young. They got all kinds of energy, so I don't think back-to-back. I think they're just glad to play games, and we're happy to have them playing games.
Kurt, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck here the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, Kurt Giles, the Edina head coach. His team trailing Wayzata 2-1 here after one period of the third place game at the Turkey Trot Tournament. We'll continue with more of our live coverage here in just a moment.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center and the Turkey Trot Hockey Tournament third place game. Wayzata leading Edina by a score of 2-1. And just a couple weeks back, a real exciting time for sports fans in the area as the Wayzata volleyball team winning the state class 3A championship for the first time ever, and 3 of their captains joining us right now. And starting with Lily Emlong, how much fun was this season and how much fun was that state tournament for you?
It was so amazing. We've been working for this goal for so long, and we were just so excited that we finally achieved it.
That championship match was about as good and about as nerve-wracking as it could get. Egan actually had a match point chance against you. What was going through all your minds in that final set?
We were obviously all a little freaked out because we wanted to win very badly, but I think we all just focused on thinking that we have played volleyball for most of our lives and we know how to play volleyball, so we just had to go back to the fundamentals.
Obviously there's a lot of good teams at Wayzata, and the football team's going to be playing in the championship, but did a lot of people around school really get excited and talk to you guys about that championship win?
We had so much support from the community. It felt so amazing just to have our achievement recognized, and we were so thankful for everyone that supported us.
What's ahead for you now? Are you going to continue playing volleyball next year as well?
Yes, I'm going to go play volleyball in North Carolina at Elon University.
All right, Lily, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for coming here tonight.
Thank you.
And Olivia Johnson, the setter on that team. I know you guys thought you had a good team coming into the year, but how did you see the development happen throughout the year to get to the point where you could win a championship?
Well, day in and day out, we worked our butts off in practice to know that to give it everything in each day, and I just could see improvement from the first practice to the last practice, and we were still improving on our last practice, so that was just a big change from last year of being able to keep learning and keep growing even on the last day of practice. So
your team really had to build toward it too. We talked about it how, earlier in your careers you weren't winning nearly as much. Did that make it feel even more special, possibly, to end up winning it like you did?
Yeah, definitely. Based on how we played our sophomore year, we weren't that good at all and did not win very often. So it just made it super special that we could turn it around from being like 7-23 to being state champions. It was just such an incredible experience, and I'm so thankful for it. So.
You guys were tested a little bit in the quarters and semifinals, but then the championship was, you knew Egan was going to be tough. How proud were you of the way the girls responded, not just physically, but mentally to stay in that one like that?
Yeah, I was so proud of everyone. We had a lot of seniors which knew kind of how the varsity vibe kind of was, and just being able to stay mentally strong throughout everything. And our younger players definitely grew during the season, which was really cool. So just being able to have all of our team be super mentally strong and just stay calm throughout the whole game and know that we can trust in ourselves that we could win it. So.
There have been some other great volleyball teams up by Wayzata, but what does it mean to you to be the first champion in the school?
It's so amazing to be able to stand on the shoulders of all the people who have been here before and have been able to build this program to who we are today, and just be able to finally be the people to get the state championship just feels so amazing. And just being able to look back at all these teams and know that we did it for them and did it for ourselves and our coaches. So.
And what's ahead for you beyond high school volleyball?
Still going down the recruiting path during clubs, so we'll see how that all ends up, just finding the best fit for me. So.
All right, Olivia, congratulations on the championship.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth Helmick, certainly a great season for your team. Did you really believe all year long that this was a possibility that you'd end up as champions?
Yeah, for sure. We knew it from day one that this was going to be a special team, and we knew that we had a lot of potential, but we also knew that we would have to put the work in and day out. And so that thought in the back of our mind was always creeping in, but we knew that we had to work for it, and that's what we did.
How important was it that you guys stuck together in that championship match? And obviously there were times when things got a little tough, but how big was that?
It was just an unreal feeling, being able to lean on every single girl, whether you were playing or on the bench. We just felt like one team, and that's what you really need to feel like when you're under that much pressure in front of that many people on the biggest stage in high school volleyball. So I feel like we did a really good job of handling that and staying together.
Did all the lessons you guys learned on the way through kind of help you to build toward the senior year and that championship run too?
Yeah. I mean, you asked Liv about our sophomore year, and that's about as challenging as they come back from. And here we are. If you would have told us sophomore year that in 2 years, our senior year, we would have won the state championship, I think our minds would have been blown. And it goes to show for how much hard work we put in, and every single girl was so determined, and our mindsets were there. So yeah.
It's really a team thing, but how exciting individually was it to be named first team All-State and a Miss Volleyball candidate and everything?
It was such an honor, and obviously it's a personal success, but I wouldn't be standing here without my team and my amazing setter, and she dishes me dimes all day, and I wouldn't have gotten that without her and the rest of the team. So it's honestly a team award. It's not a personal award.
And I know you're playing college volleyball too. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm playing for James Madison next year in Virginia, and they're in the CAA tournament right now. So crossing my fingers that they'll make it to the NCAA. But I'm really excited to play for them, and it's such a family down there. So I'm really excited.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight, Elizabeth. Congrats on the title.
Thank you so much.
All right, the captains for the Wayzata volleyball team, 2019 Class 3A state champions. A great run for them. And of course, again, Trojans football also going to be in the Prep Bowl next weekend, or next Friday, when they take on Champlain Park for the 6A title. We'll be back with more of our Turkey Trot coverage in just a moment here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Memories of the Turkey Trot tournament. Look at me, Dan. Look at 2003 me. That's scary. 2002 was when this tournament started. As you saw the championship game that year, Burnsville defeating Buffalo. Lou Nanny's been an intermission guest for us a couple of years. And as Jay and Dave Kaiser handing out the trophy in a previous season, it's been a lot of fun being here for all these years. We've seen some terrific hockey. Always a great way to get the season started.
Absolutely, and you know, it's kind of a get-together of the hockey community. Like Lou Nanny, we've seen like yesterday the guys that have played in this tournament that have been in this league that have been televised, Ewan Koff and all these guys. Tremendous thing.
2-1, Wayzata leads Edina after one period. Dan, let's look at some highlights from the first period. Wayzata jumping on Edina early. They get the rebound goal here just a minute 5 in to take the 1-0 lead. Jack Kimmelinger scoring. Edina gets one back, tying it up. And the freshman Jimmy Clark with a beautiful goal. That made it 1-1 at the 4:55 mark. And Wayzata will go back in front. We'll look at another Edina chance. That one off the post. They definitely were buzzing the net a lot of the nights. And good hard work on this goal to make this one happen.
Following their game plan, they all converge on the net and they get in there tight. And they start hacking away and they get one past Hogg.
Dylan Lewis gets that goal to make it 2-1. Trojans after one, outshot by Edina 16-8. More scoring chances for Edina. Hornets unable to cash in on either of the two minor penalties on Edina in the first period.
Well played all the way around. I thought Wayzata came out actually with all the stats against them, came out obviously on top and cashed in when they got the opportunities to, and that's key, especially against a team like Edina. So we'll see if Edina can rebound, which I'm sure they can. They put in 5 last night. No reason they can't do it tonight. So we'll see if we get what happens here in the second period.
Emmett Wurst and Ben Lidke on the face-off, won by Edina. We're underway in the second period of play. Puck shot to the Wayzata line and then back down into the Edina end, where it'll be skated down by Nick Williams. Number 7 in green plays it off the glass. Mortensen trying to keep it in and does at the blue line. Right point, backhand shot toward the net, almost fluttered through, but Williams picks it off first. Dumped out to center by the Hornets, and then a giveaway by the Trojans. Backhand shot, and Bonello able to make the stop on Jackson Borst. Borst gets it again, keeps it in, but just briefly as he put it right onto the stick of Mortensen. And Wayzata comes in offside.
Boy, just a great opportunity for Edina here, but you know, I'm telling you, man, but Bonello's looking really good there. He's slamming the door when he needs to and not giving Edina any extras. Very encouraging for the Trojans.
Hornet face-off win. They play at the center. Roll it down into the zone, right to the net. Losing the edge on his skates was Morton. And Wayzata will play it out. Here comes Lewis in. And this one will roll all the way back to Hogg, and he makes the stop.
Grant Morton, number 11 for the Hornets, is another one of the returning scorers for this team. He's having trouble getting off the Schneider so far this year. He started emerging in the third period last night, and here he had an opportunity. Loses his edge.
Hornets gain control in their end. They get the puck out to center. And backhanded back in by Tucker Ness. Goldman plays it ahead. It's down into the Wayzata end and icing on Edina.
I love the way the Trojans are not letting the Hornets get into any kind of flow. There isn't a lot of room there for them to maneuver in, and they aren't getting into the rhythm they had last night a little bit against Maple Grove.
Schneider and Clark on the face-off. Here comes Edina with the pass out to center. Willie Johnson dumping it to the left corner. He'll skate after it. Getting there first his teammate Clark. Plays it back out to the right point. Now the left point, Wyatt Worst. Puck gets deflected before it can get back to Clark by Lewis, and then up and out of play. Peters hitting it off of Clark's stick. Face off here in the Wayzata end. Trojans lose the puck in from the corner, but then they gain it back. Bring it to the blue line. Podiak out to center. Missed on the pass, trying to hit teammate Sauer, but then Trojans still able to play the puck down. Come back out of their zone to reset. Peters playing it ahead to the blue line. Back comes Edina. Shooting it ahead was Dahl. Down back behind Benello in the Wayzata net. Lindahl turns and passes to center ice. To Getz, who got it down into the Edina zone. Here's Getz with it. Played back behind the Edina net. And the Hornets have it. Out comes Overman. He'll bring it down the left wing. Centering pass out in front. And Borst couldn't do anything with that. Jackson Borst shot back in by Williams. Emmett Worst. Pass into the skates of Overman. And Overman gets tied up. Another tie up here. Lidkey and Jackson Borst. We've got a penalty coming up on Edina. Be their first of the game. We get a cross-check call, and we'll see Wayzata's power play for the first time tonight.
No, a little bit. All of a sudden, I'm noticing that the Trojans, especially in the forecheck, just kind of pulled it back a little bit. I didn't see the intensity that I saw in the first period, and it's what gave them the lead against Edina. And if they pull back too much, it's going to be a bummer. But number 10's in the box, Mr. Overman for Edina. Golden opportunity for the Trojans to turn it into a 2-goal lead.
Edina immediately getting it down into the Wayzata end. Skating hard after it. Cole Kavanaugh for the Hornets, but Wayzata maintains control. The pass comes out to center ice, brought in by O'Connell. Stops, passes in the slot, and then that one gets picked off, and Nick Williams clears it right back down for the Hornets. Here comes Carson Peters. Stops, getting the pass off from Mortensen. And they'll reset back behind their net. 1:25 left in the power play. Carson Peters in on the right side. Dropping it back behind the net. Kimlinger there. Nick Williams comes in to play it. Defend for Wayzata. Back out to the point to Ness. By the goal. Cleared away by Nick Williams and back down the ice. Pass up the middle of the ice is a chance for Wayzata, catching Edina in a line change, and then return pass by Podiak is too far in front of the O'Connell. Came back out in front again, and almost another opportunity there for Wayzata and Podiak. Now they control in the corner, move it back out to the point to Ness. Right circle, Lewis, big shot, but wide of the net by Ness. Lewis again. For Ness, back to Lewis. Opposite circle to O'Connell. He fires, and the stop made by Hogg. Puck back behind the net. They try to bring it out front and whacking at it. And it's Podiak. Stop made. Ness from the point. Shot deflection. Rebound try, and Hogg flies out to get that save. Back out right point. Penalty time has expired. Right circle, Lewis with a shot. And they get Hogg got a piece of that one as well. Lewis now to the right corner. Trojans trying to keep this pressure on. Schneider. Side of the net. Came out in front. Hogg and Edina finally able to clear it out of the zone. Ness will get it right back ahead. Rink wide pass into the left circle. A shot. Hogg comes up big. On the drive by Carson Peters. Great sequence there for the Trojans for about 60 seconds.
Apparently I was mistaken. The energy in the forecheck came back with that penalty or that power play. Boy, I'll tell you, they had some great opportunities here. Hogg just really was tested. Look at the energy he's putting out there. My gosh. But boy, that was a win-win for the Trojans.
Now Edina gaining control and getting it out to center ice. Down into the Trojans' end. Clark after it there, but Schneider wins that one-on-one battle. Cleared by the Trojans back out to center. Nick Williams got to the line. And now shot in left corner by Dahl. Peters takes a check from Dahl in the corner. Lewis has it for Wayzata. Right onto the tape of Jay Lindahl. Lindahl flip it ahead into the Hornet zone and go chase. Nick Williams got there first for Edina. Left point Lidkey keeping it in. On the boards, back out high. Right circle, shot away, and that goes wide off of Mortenson's stick. Here's Schneider with it. Puck poked out of the zone. On to play, a good play by Willie Johnson. Schneider in alone. Schneider right circle, passes out in front. Oh, and Hogg comes up huge. Another try. Hogg stops Lewis. Just moments after he had stopped Podiak. Or Lidkey. There's another try. That one gets blocked. Mortensen was trying to get a shot off. Mortensen back behind the net. Lost it. Wayzata trying to keep it in and finally flipped out of the zone by Emmett Wurst, and it's icing on Edina.
Oh, I was just entranced watching that whole thing. My gosh. Trojans going right after this golden opportunity there. Oh my gosh.
Schneider to Lidkey and almost was able to put it in. Third place game in the junior varsity tournament on rink C here. Maple Grove leads Wayzata 2-0 early in the third. Edina won the junior varsity championship tonight, defeating Moorhead 4-0. Another face-off win for Wayzata. They've really been strong here in the last few minutes especially. They're going to build on this 2-1 lead.
Well, they're kind of looking like Maple Grove here with that forecheck. A lot of energy and intensity coming. They're using their body. They're getting in the passing lanes. Doing a great job.
Tomczyk getting the pass off. Now he gets it back. Puts it toward the net. A lot of traffic there. Puck is still loose right in front of Hogg. Controlled right corner, and a couple players go down. A little poke check away by Wayzata, but Edina able to clear it out to center. Wayzata gets it right back, and then they turn it over at the blue line. Had a good play by Morton. Here comes Grant Morton for Edina, and then he has it knocked off away by Tomczyk. But I think Tomczyk's going to get a penalty here as Morton was taken out.
Got a trip. That was just a good straight on fight for the puck, fight for the puck. The Hornets came through and won. Just kept at it and kept at it. Let's see Morton coming in here and fighting through, and then he just gets his legs taken out from underneath him. But that fight in the neutral zone cleared that away nicely. So now the Hornets have an opportunity.
Their third power play tonight. They're 0 for 2. Puck gets past Boltman and back down the ice. And here's Nick Williams for the Hornets. Boltman, he'll shoot it in. Knocked down by Bonello as he got it to Lindahl. Hornets gain control again though. Nick Williams stopping. Top of the circle to Clark. Back to Nick Williams. Fires a shot wide of the net. Played back toward the point and down the ice by Wayzata. And they'll make a change on their shorthand unit as Wayzata gets it back into the play. Hornets had it in the Wayzata zone. Now have to reset. Williams will get it in. And after it there, it's Lindahl. And he'll clear it down the length of the ice. Ahead of the play is Lewis for Wayzata. Goes to the corner along with Williams. Boltman moves in. And the Hornets will skate it out. Jackson Borst hits center ice. 45 seconds left in the power play for Edina. They trail by a goal here in the second period. Right point, Boltman. Back to Nick Williams. Passed it out front, poked away by the Trojans and swept out of the zone by Dylan Lewis. Here's Williams for Edina. The blue line end to center ice. Off on his right to Emma. Worst shot. Didn't get all the way through. Back to Williams' stick. He'll feed it out to Boltman. Boltman. High slot holding. Passed it to his right to Jackson Borst. To his left, rather. And returned to the blue line by Wayzata, where Boltman kept it in. Jackson Borst to Boltman. Penalty time's expired. Shot gets blocked by Ledke. And that pass just missing O'Connell. And it's icing on Wayzata.
Boy, another superlative penalty kill by the Trojans. I mean, Edina had control in the zone, but they didn't get much of any shots at all on Bonello. You know, all these little things, John, they build momentum, they build energy, they build confidence. And right now, Wayzata's got the Hornets a little bit on their heels.
Just one shot on goal here in the second period for Edina after having 16 in the first period. Got control of the puck in the corner. Couple of Hornets there, battling, trying to get it away from Joe Tomczyk. And O'Connell has it for Wayzata. Return pass from Lidke. Shot away. That gets deflected off of Peter's stick. Kimlinger. Wayzata looking to push it up the boards and get it out of the zone. But Edina able to hold it in. Now Wayzata with it. Shot away. It's blocked. Trojans can't keep it in, and swept out of the zone by Edina. Here's Peters with it. Missed on the pass, trying to hit O'Connell, and it's icing on Wayzata.
Good play by Kavanaugh there. The Hornets that time just fighting it to get it out of the zone after another sustained pressure situation for the Trojans inside the Edina zone.
Clark to face off with Lewis. Face off wing for Clark and Edina. Jimmy Clark left point. Wide worst shot. Oh, Bonello blocks the deflection. Back comes Wayzata. Out of the zone they come. Wyatt Carlson took a hard hit as he got it down into the Hornets' end, where Madsen skates after it. Madsen has it now, number 4. Stopping, circle, shot, deflected, out of play.
Yeah, you just see that strategy of the Trojans have too. Over the years, I've just become accustomed to when they get the puck in the offensive zone, they get it out to the point, and they work from up top. This game, they're working down low. They try to continue to put pressure on that Edina defense. Now, Edina's defense has gotten better compared to the first period. They're clearing guys out a little bit better. They're not getting more than one opportunity on Haug.
Worst has it. Emmett Worst off on his left to Overman, who took a check and allowed Wayzata to keep the puck in the zone, at least for a moment. Wide Worst, though, able to get it out for the Hornets to center. Ness. They gave it up in center ice. Jackson Borst in. It's a 3-on-1. Borst across the end of the skates of Overman. Didn't get a shot off at all. Missed opportunity there for the Hornets. They dig it free, though. And Jackson Borst losing it. Wayzata gets it out to center. It'll be shot in long distance on Hogg from Podiak, and he'll cover up for a face-off with just under 4 minutes to play now in the second period.
Podiak's had a nice tournament here. Last night he had some good opportunities too. He just can't get it in the net, but he's had great opportunities.
Face-off win for Wayzata. Stop made by Hogg off the shot from Siemens. Back around the Edina net. And the Hornets get it out to center. Played there by Mortensen down in the Edina zone. Around the boards. Rudermer. Out comes Edina. Pass just off of Nolan Williams' stick rather. Puts out in front, a chance at Bonello, makes the save. Brant Morton was alone in the right circle and put it right in on Bonello, makes another stop.
Another opportunity for Morton. Just waiting for that first one to go in. Boy, Bonello's played outstanding, hasn't he, John? He's really done a great job for Wayzata.
Absolutely. Look at that last sequence again. Great pass. Williams was able to get the shot away. Or Morton, rather. So we stay at 2-1. Same score we had after the first period. We're just over 3 minutes to play, but now we'll make another stop off the face-off.
Why is the clock still running?
Shot away. Gets blocked. Edina chance right out in front. Clark gets stopped by Bonello. Wayzata will ice it.
I was just watching there. About 6 seconds ran off the clock after the whistle blew. I don't know if they're rectifying it or he just didn't pick it up in time.
Dahl is going to face off here against Lidke. Face off win for the Trojans. Puck cleared along the boards. And Edina with it. Back out it comes. Left point, unable to hold it there was Gunnar Johnson. Played back behind the net. Lindahl up the boards. To O'Connell, back to Lindahl. Bank it off the end boards, left side for Siemens. Siemens will flip it out to center just off O'Connell's stick. O'Connell getting it back. Plays it for Lindahl down into the Edina zone. Well, Nick Williams has it for the Hornets. Right up the boards, we get a whistle hand pass. Bring it all the way back to the Wayzata end.
All right, 2 minutes left. Let's see. They put 8 seconds back on the clock. Okay, no, I got it. Let's see if they activate Boltman here. See if they let him go a little bit here. 2 minutes left.
Out comes Wayzata. Podiak shot, glove saved by Hogg. Face off in the Hornets zone. Edina moves it out of the zone. Backhanded by Ness, right back in. Here's Boltman. Head to Jackson Borst. Borst taking the pass back from Emmett Worst. Borst goes down. Checked by Overman behind the net. Back out it comes to Boltman. Looking for a deflection is Wyatt Worst. Borst back out. Shot gets blocked. Lidke trying to clear but can't. Oh, big check in front of the net. Delivered by Ness as he knocks down Jackson Borst. A minute to play in the period. O'Connell brought it in for Wayzata. Puck rolls in the circle and gathered in by Overman. On his right, Jackson Borst will shoot it in to the Wayzata zone. After it there is Mortensen. Missed on the pass, kept in by Dahl. At the blue line, Wayzata regains control. Pass ahead, tipped into the Hornets zone by O'Connell. Boltman gets to the puck first for Edina. 27 seconds to go in the period. Boltman got it into the Wayzata end. Picked up there by Mortensen. Tomzek back to Mortensen. 17 seconds to go. Hornets pinch in, keep it in the zone, but Wayzata still in control. With 10 seconds to play. It comes out to neutral ice. And that will do it for the rest of the period. No scoring there in the second. Remains 2-1 Wayzata.
Yeah, with about 4 minutes left in the period, it just seemed like there was a total energy let down here. The pace got a lot slower. There wasn't as much intensity. Some hitting happened, but the pace really dropped off. I'm wondering if the legs are starting to. We'll see what happens here in the third period, though, but that really struck me.
Yeah, not a lot of flow late in the period.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it's choppy and not a lot of big speed or going after it. The complexion changed totally from what we've been seeing throughout most of the game. There's been good intensity, good speed, and you can see Wayzata sag a little bit. They get that power play, picked it back up again, went after it, but I'm wondering if the legs are kind of getting everybody.
We'll take time out. We'll come back. Our second intermission on the way. Third place game of the 2019 CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. It's Wayzata 2, Edina 1. We're back with more from the Plymouth Ice Center after this.
This holiday season, unwrap the possibilities with a Simonson Salon and Spa experience. Unrivaled hair, face, body, nail services, and beauty products for you or anyone on your list. Spa packages start at only $148. A holiday-inspired bonus gift is yours with a qualifying in-store gift card purchase. Shop our irresistible boutique for trendy fashions, gifts, and accessories in Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Coon Rapids. For dazzling online gift certificates, visit simonsons.com.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Joe, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
We're through 2 periods of the third place game here at the Turkey Trot Tournament. Pat O'Leary, the Wayzata head coach, joins us, and your team holding a 2-1 lead. How do you feel about things so far?
It's been good. I mean, you know, the nice little barrage we had there on the power play was good, he made a couple just amazing saves. And then we've done a good job killing penalties. I think, you know, it's just like everything else, when you're playing a good program, a team like this, you'd rather play 5-on-5, I think, than anybody. So we're going to try to get back to that in the third period. But, you know, our goalie's playing well right now, and we're moving our feet, and hopefully we can find a way to get one early in this period here so we can keep the momentum going our way.
What was the feeling like in the locker room coming into this one? Obviously, the teams that lose the first night are feeling a little bit disappointed, but how did your kids respond?
It was good. I mean, obviously, we looked at some film from last night and talked to a couple of guys, and they're pretty good self-evaluators. And when they do that, you know, it's a lot easier to coach because you can give them the X and O's when they need it. But, yeah, I think it's a new day early in the season, and, you know, we were ready to go, and it's always fun playing a late conference matchup early in the season.
Yeah, Edina, it doesn't take much to get up for playing the Hornets at any time of the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's easier to coach in these ones than in different games. Our guys are going to come to the rink focused, and you just hope you make more plays than they do, and give yourself a chance to win at the end.
For all four of the teams, it's kind of the start of a long journey, but how much importance do you place on this as you kind of evaluate the early part of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that with the four coaches, quite a bit as the week goes on, and I would say it's a little bit of both. You can evaluate so much in practice, but the game just allows you to see so much more with kids, and there's always a good crowd here, and it's four good teams, and it's going to be a battle to the end. So I think playing games and evaluating throughout the first couple of weeks is more important than tons of practice time where we're trying to hit each other instead of somebody else.
All right, Pat, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the third.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Pat O'Leary, the boys hockey coach at Wayzata, his team ahead of Edina after 2 periods here by a 2-1 score. We'll have more of our live coverage here of the CCX Turkey Trot Tournament in just a moment.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center for the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. Wayzata leading Edina 2-1 through 2 periods. And we're going to talk wrestling now. The Wayzata head coach Eric Swenson is with us, and wrestling season just getting started. How have things looked so far as you get ready for the season?
Yeah, we've been practicing for a week and pretty excited. The boys looked really good, really sharp already. It's exciting. We have about 40 kids out for the team with a lot of freshmen, a lot of new blood. We are missing a few of our starters because of the football season, but we want some nice things for football, so we're okay with that.
Yeah, I see in the early rankings some people are taking notice of the Trojans. Got you, I think, at number 10.
Yep.
Not the biggest focus right away, I'm sure, but is it a nice feeling for the program to get a little notice?
Yeah, anytime you're ranked by some of the people who are thinking about it a lot, it's nice to be noticed. It's nice to be recognized. I think some of our boys have worked all year. They work in the off season with freestyle and Greco wrestling, and they're being recognized, and I think that's important.
It isn't a given that you're going to have great numbers in wrestling programs around the Twin Cities right now, but what have you guys done to try and keep those numbers up and keep the success up?
I think the big thing for us right now is our freshman class. We have had some success with some of our middle schoolers last year who are now freshmen this year, including Cal Longquist, Elijah Wald, Kyler Wong, and Adam Cherney, and they bring in a bunch of friends. And when they bring in some friends and some athletic friends, and the 9th grade football team decided to come out to wrestle, and so it's exciting, and it boosts our numbers pretty well.
Anything on the schedule early in the season that you guys are really looking forward to?
Yeah, we have the Osseo tournament next weekend, and that's named after Dave Drogmiller's dad, Ken, and so we always go there, and we love to pay respect to the Drogmiller family. And then the following week we go down to Jordan, and their team together, Jordan and Belle Plaine, is known as Scott West, and it's a little bit of a personal rivalry. They're friends of mine, but we're going down there, and we're looking forward to that match.
Thanks so much for joining us, Eric, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, Eric Swenson, the head wrestling coach for the Wayzata Trojans, yet another strong program at Wayzata High School. The boys hockey team from Wayzata leading Edina here after 2 periods of the 3rd place game. We'll be back with highlights from the 2nd, and then our 3rd period is up next here on CCX.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The Wayzata Trojans on their home ice lead Edina 2-1 after 2 periods in the third place game of the 2019 CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. John Jacobson, Dan Ficken, Jay Wilcox with you on the second night of our 18th annual tournament. Moorhead, because of needing to travel, as to repeat again, played in the early game, even though it was the championship game. Lost to Maple Grove. How about that Crimson team with 5 goals in the third period, Dan, being able to win it 6-2?
2 words for you. They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. Oh, my gosh. They can explode on you at any time, and they did it against, let's see, Edina and Moorhead. That's impressive, John. I don't care if it's first part of the season.
Let's look at highlights from the second period of play here. Again, all the scoring came in the first period. But there was action there in the second period, right? We had some outstanding saves, both for Loudon Hogg at the Edina end and Garrett Bonello, the Wayzata goalie.
Yeah, good opportunities here, and Wayzata killed off a couple of penalties. Did a good job. There's a great save by Bonello. Look at him get out there and just stop one. You know, I think the one thing you could say here, too, that the 2 biggest players right now in that period were the goalies, and they both look very good.
There are the numbers. The Hornets with the edge in the shots on goal and scoring chances. And no power play goals yet tonight.
Waiting to see now what we're going to get as far as legs and energy this period. Now we got 17 minutes to play. Are they going to be able to maintain that the whole time, etc.? Because I thought I saw kind of a download happen at the end here, but not going to be too much scoring. Now with the way both goalies are playing, John.
We mentioned this is the 18th annual tournament. Burnsville won the first one against Buffalo back in 2002, and Wayzata won 3 in a row. Edina won 3 in a row. And Wayzata, Maple Grove, Edina had 2 streaks of 3 consecutive tournaments. They've won 7 titles in all. Holy Family won it back in 2016, and now Maple Grove back-to-back years tournament champions.
Will there be 3 in the cards for Maple Grove? Is what's scary about that team, John? They're all juniors.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
It's been fun. This has been a great tournament for us, and we talked to Eric Halverson, the rink manager, in between periods in the first game tonight. This rink's 21 years old. It's not showing its age. It looks great.
Oh.
The lighting they did in the off-season is very well lit. I mean, this looks still fresh.
Well, the walls are done all the time. They're redoing the banners. They take very good care of this facility, and well, they should. It's a great facility. Plus, during that time, they've added on 2 more rinks.
Yes.
Which makes it a real nice facility. So here we go to the third period. I'll be interested to see what happens here in this intense rivalry between these two late conference opponents.
Wayzata with the 2 goals in the first period, sandwiched around the Edina goal. Backhand try, and then it goes off a defenseman's stick right in front, and the Hogs got to cover up.
That could have been a major mistake. Boy, I'll tell you. And the Trojans were right there again, too. Hogg has had a nice rebound from last night, where I'm sure he felt particularly well, particularly that third period. But, boy, he stepped up and been a real block. He's more active tonight, and his positioning is way better.
Wayzata Edina controlling the puck as they get it out of the zone. Knocked out by Jackson Borst. Pass at center fails to connect for Wayzata. Kimlinger chasing Boltman for it. Boltman gets the puck off out of the stick of Emmett Wurst. Left boards to Overman and takes a check there. Able to release the puck though, and it comes around near side to Jackson Borst. Borst takes a hit. Overman in, back out to center ice it goes to the blue line. Overman after it for Edina. Ahead to the blue line to Emmett Wurst. Out to center and shot back ahead by Tucker Ness into the zone. Jake Boltman. On to Jackson Borst stick and it's out to center where Wayzata shot it back in. Boltman with it. Pass up the blue line, poked out to center, race for the puck. Getting there first was Dahl. And then Dahl has it knocked off his stick in the circle. Came back out to center. Looking to keep it in there was Enriquez. He'll get it back at center. Pass off for Owen Davis. Head of the zone, and after it goes Clark. Clark right corner. Pays it back off to Davis. For Enriquez left point. His shot getting blocked there by Getz. Flipped up over the head of Enriquez and down the ice. No icing here as it's skated on by Davis. Enriquez able to pass it off, centering, or pass out to center ice rather, and gets past Peters. Edina's able to make a change. And Peters battling Rigamer for the puck. Wayzata has it. Out they come with Lindahl. The center. Jay Lindahl hits the line. Left side. Here's Lidke with it. Moves into the circle. Lidke turns. Left corner gets tied up a little bit there. And Edina has it. Pass just too far out in front of Rugemer, who goes down. Brought in deeper though. Centering pass out in front. That goes just wide of Bonello. Might have got a piece of it, and then he does glove one that's up in. The puck is in the net because it's in his glove, and his glove is in the net, and Edina has tied it up.
Oh, wow. Well, Grant Morton there, I'll tell you what, he really stepped up, number 11 for Edina. Got in front of that end, he just would not quit. He's had a lot of opportunities in the tournament, and he finally got his first goal this year for the Hornets.
Again, Dan.
Now, let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah, he pulled it right back into the net as he fell backwards. Now, my question is there goaltender interference? Now, let's see if he's in the crease before the puck gets there. No, he's not. No. Okay, so we're good. No, he didn't drop it out of his glove.
I didn't even see the puck had dropped in as well.
Yep.
Well, you couldn't see it until that angle.
Yep.
Pat O'Leary making the argument. I don't think that he saw that the puck had actually fallen back out.
Right. Now, the only question is if that puck got in there before Morton did.
Yeah, I thought it was in his glove. Yeah. It was not, and clearly in the net. Well, it would have been regardless if the whistle hadn't blown yet. But Edina able to get that tying goal to make it 2-2.
Okay, we got a game, John.
Yeah, we do.
We got a game. Now, this early in the season, you want to see some guys get themselves rolling, and Morton's one of the key guys for them. He was a significant goal scorer last year, and once they get over the hump of that first one, things tend to open up.
Wayzata able to keep it in right point. Tomczyk and toward the net. Hogg covers up with this defenseman Wyatt right in front. And to keep it out of danger for the Hornets. Another face-off here in the Edina end. Wurst and Sauer. And it's Edina with it. Here comes Overman to center. Shoot it down deep and then chase after it. Mortensen takes a hard check, goes down. We're going to have a penalty coming up here on Edina's. Wayzata will get that extra attacker out on the ice on the delayed penalty call. They'll set up now with Mortensen. Skates it through center. And I thought it was touched there. Now we get the whistle. And the penalty coming up on Edina.
Well, remember the last time in the second period when Wayzata got a power play opportunity, it charged them up and got them going again, and got that second goal afterwards. So Borst in the sin bin. Let's see if Wayzata can generate themselves a go-ahead goal here.
Goes off for cross-checking at 3:53. No power play goals yet tonight for either side. Second opportunity of the game for Wayzata. 2-2 game, just under 13 minutes to play in the third. Controlling left boards, O'Connell. Mortensen with a shot, deflected in front. Hogg out, down on the ice. Puck comes back blue line, and the save made by Hogg on the long shot by Peters. Then a little shove after the whistle. I don't think it's going to bring a penalty. We'll face it off in the Edina zone. A little action there around Loudon Hogg. Look at it again.
An opportunity there again, just crowding that net, but notice the push by the Edina defense now. They're starting to push on those Wayzata bodies.
All short-handed got it down in on net. Oh, and then a giveaway right out in front. The Hornets unable to get a shot on goal. Peters back behind his goal for Wayzata. Lidkey with it. Being chased by Dahl. 55 seconds left in the power play for Wayzata.
There we go.
Here comes Ben Lidkey to center. Across the line. Plays it right side. Kimlinger driving a shot as Ness, and Hogg makes the save. Kimlinger dropping it to the corner. Williams there for Edina. Kept in by Wayzata. Right point Ness. Left side Peters. Now low to O'Connell now. Back out to Peters. 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Side of the net, and Kimlinger tried to get a shot on net, couldn't do so. Back in onto the stick of O'Connell. O'Connell trying to return the pass to Lidkey. Right side Ness keeps it in, down to 5 seconds left in the power play. Williams trying to tie up Lidkey back behind the net. Lidkey playing it around left side, and Edina is back at full strength. Peters shooting it back in for Wayzata. As we wind inside 11 minutes to go in the third. Here come the Trojans with Schneider. Gets it down into the Hornet zone. And flipped out to center by Overman. Down the ice, icing on Edina.
Boy, this is a nice penalty kill by the Hornets. Trojans only had one real good shot, was that long slap shot that came in. But did not get the puck in front. Their bodies are not getting back in front either. Not crowding in front of Hogg like they need to. That's where they've had success scoring. They need to continue to do that. But again, Edina's defense is starting to push back and getting these guys occupied in front of the net so they don't bother Hogg.
Hornets push it into the Trojan zone. Ten minutes, 15 seconds to play in the third period. Edina tying it up here in the third. They gain control now. Putting it out in front. Comes to the right boards. Back out to the left point to Johnson. And Wayzata will bring it back out and pushed ahead by Podiak down into the Edina zone. Johnson for the Hornets. Now it's on to the stick of Wyatt Wurst. Wurst still with it. Behind his net will start out to his left. Missed on the pass, trying to feed it up to Kavanaugh, and back comes Wayzata. Here's Lidkey, top of the left circle shot. Hogg the save. And onto the stick of Johnson of Edina. Kept in by Mortensen. Behind the net is Lidkey. Banks it off the boards, getting it out to Peters at the point. To Lidke, centering pass. And it's onto the stick of Kavanaugh of Edina. Cole Kavanaugh got it down. We'll get a whistle. And we're going to bring this back down into the. Well, it's going to be just on the Edina side of center ice. Nope, right at center ice.
Okay.
Morton wins the faceoff for Edina. Kimlinger getting it down into the Hornets end. On the Boltman stick. Off for Nick Williams. And up to center ice and to Rugemer. Nice poke check by Tomczyk as he was able to take the puck away from the Hornets forward. Ness. Long pass. Off the stick of Willie Johnson and all the way down to Loudon Hogg.
Well, that's a break for the Trojans. Got a nice face-off inside the Edina zone. You know, both teams right now, John, are just stymieing each other. No, they're not letting each other get into a flow at all. It's kind of chop, here, there type stuff.
Clark and Sauer on the face-off. Win for Wayzata. Hogg makes the save on the drive from the point by Tomczyk.
You know, the other thing, too, Hogg hasn't done very much tonight, too, is giving up a lot of rebounds. He's really controlled it well.
And Chase Clark out. Face-off win back to Tomczyk. Corner to Sauer. And Edina will skate out with Clark. He'll shoot it in long distance wide of Bonello and the Trojans' net. Gats playing it to the blue line. Whistle and offside. Junior varsity championship, or rather the third place game, junior varsity third place went to Maple Grove. They defeated Wayzata 2-0. Championship game earlier, Edina shut out Moorhead 4-0.
Yeah, we think of JV. Those are probably pretty good games to watch, too, actually.
The Edina Moorhead game was 1-0 going into the third. And the Hornets got 3 goals to make the final margin 4-0 against Spuds. Trojans from center will dump it in off the stick of Peters to the left of the goal. Willie Johnson there back behind his net for Worst. That gets past Borst from the point. Shot and then cleared by Edina back out. Lindahl ahead to Siemens at the blue line. Hornets clear it out. Icing on Edina.
It's kind of like watching a tug of war right now between the two of them.
And neither one's clearly pulling to the other side,
no,
right?
Kind of stymied. Muscle straining, but nothing happening.
Kimlinger and Morton on this face-off. Williams getting it for Kavanaugh. Here comes Morton flying in left side, driving toward the net. Right out in front of Chance, and that one gets blocked. Mortensen able to get in the way of the shot attempt from Rugemer. Tomczyk behind his goal for Wayzata. Trojans get it out to center. Played back ahead to the blue line. Morton, and then we get a whistle. A little late stick work there between Morton and Mortensen. I think more on Morton because I think he's going to get a penalty here.
Oh, there's a surprise. Things are getting a little chippy between the Hornets and the Trojans. referees are conferring right now. I'm wondering if there's going to be a bigger penalty here than initially thought.
They're giving him a major?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, wow. It seemed like he was signaling spearing, but I'm not sure if that was. We'll have to listen for it. Kurt Giles certainly doesn't agree with that. Thought it was a little too severe in the penalty call. Let's see what we can see here. You watch.
Oh, yeah. That was spearing.
Wow.
Took the toe of that stick and just put it right into his guts. Apparently they're going to run it up as a 2. No, it is a 5-minute. 5-minute major. I don't necessarily disagree with that call. I think that's a dangerous thing to do to somebody.
A golden opportunity here for the Trojans. Remember, they had a 5-minute major last night against Moorhead, unable to cash in. The Spuds went on to eventually win that game 4-1. Now this will take up a lot of time here in the third period. A 2-2 game. Drive from the circle and a little wide on the net by O'Connell, and it comes all the way back down to the Wayzata end.
Wayzata's got to start getting that puck moving a little more. They need some more energy here. They're just kind of standing and throwing the puck around, hoping something happens. You got to make something happen. Get it moving around. Get your 3 guys in front of the net now. It's been successful when you crowd on Haug.
Ledke with the shot, and then a great play by Worst to drive it to the corner and not allow a rebound. Kimlinger off into O'Connell's stick. Back out to Peters. Now turning, moving, firing from the circle was O'Connell that hit traffic. Back onto his stick again. He'll feed it out to Peters. Go for a quick tic-tac-toe pass and didn't quite connect. Kept in though by Mortensen. Kimlinger back of the net. Off for O'Connell. O'Connell back to the point to Mortensen. Kimlinger side of the net, trying to drive toward the goal. Puck comes all the way through to the left boards. Onto the stick of Mortensen. Back out high it comes. Mortensen, or it's rather Peters to Mortensen. Right side there is Lidke. Kimlinger back to Lidke. They set up from this side. Shot away. Save made. Rebound try. And fired wide of the net by Kimlinger. Couldn't bury the rebound try. 3 minutes now left in the major penalty. Back out to Peters. Nina finally able to get it out of the zone. Dahl takes a big hit at center ice. Delivered by Kyle Mortensen, which brings a cheer from the Wayzata fans. Here's Mortensen and misses on the pass for Lewis. This will be icing on Wayzata.
Well, Wayzata, you got to be careful. I mean, it was a good hit, but you know where the next whistle for a penalty is coming. But it was very clean. Shoulder got in it, nice hit, no problem there. But then the sloppy pass coming across. You know, just because you got a 5-minute major doesn't mean you can't execute. And they're just kind of flopping the puck around. You got to get some shots, guys.
Here's Clark to face off against Podiak. Face-off win for the Trojans. 2.5 minutes to go in their power play. Just over 4 minutes to play in the third period of a 2-2 game. Right out in the slot, and then the pass just missing Podiak's stick off the pass from Siemens. Podiak with it. Right corner, feeding it off for O'Connell. Then they give it away, and it's Clark with it.
Oh boy.
Here comes Clark shorthanded. A good poke check there by Tomczyk at center ice, and he'll bring it in left side. Go Tomczyk. Williams tries to attack him. Siemens back behind the net. On to Podiak's stick. Siemens out high to Ness. To Tomczyk, back to Ness. Back to Tomczyk, 1:40 to go in the Wayzata power play. 3:17 to go here in the third period. Oh, not much on that shot. Mostly fanned by Tucker Ness, and allows Wayzata to clear it, or Edina to clear it down the length of the ice, and they get some fresh bodies out on the penalty kill, which now just has 1:20 to go of the original 5 minutes. Wayzata from center, driving in left side is Siemens, brings it down the left wing. Jack Siemens centering pass, but right onto the stick of Wyatt Wurst, who clears it out to center. Peters back in his own zone for Mortensen. Ahead to Lidke at his blue line. Peters will shoot it into the Edina zone off the side of the net, but fortunately for Edina, nobody there in a gold jersey to take advantage of the bad carom as it's sent down the ice by Kavanaugh.
There's that weird bounce we saw last night that happened a couple times.
40 seconds to go in the power play. 2:20 to go in the third period. Pass comes out to Lidke. He hits the Edina line. Stops at the left circle. Lidke getting it back to Mortensen. Now to the corner to O'Connell. Behind the net to Kimlinger. Poked away by Boltman. Comes back to Kimlinger's stick. To O'Connell on the left boards. O'Connell stopping. Kimlinger down to 10 seconds left in the power play. Kimlinger turning. For O'Connell. Across. Peters, a shot. That hits some traffic. And Edina's back at full strength. Here's Boltman getting into Clark's stick. Clark takes a hit at center. Shot by Edina, though, into the Wayzata zone. We're down to 1:25 to play in the third period of a 2-2 hockey game. Mortensen head off Kimlinger's stick and into the Edina zone. Hornets popped it out. Now chance broken up by Lewis. Shot goes wide of the net off the stick of Borst. Jackson Borst back behind the net, takes a hit. Puck pops free to the right corner, driven by Lidke around the boards and out of the zone to center. We're under a minute to play in the third. Out of the stick of Emmett Wurst. Shot by Jackson Borst in, centering pass. Now race for the puck out at center. Here's Lidke with it. Oh, and a great takeaway by Johnson of Edina. Came to Lewis in front, and he gets dragged down from behind by Wurst. Hornets come back. Down to 30 seconds to play in the third. Borst going deep. Lost the puck. Off into the corner. Hornets control. Back out left point. Williams a drive and shot it wide of the net. Boltman right point. Comes back out. Shot from the slot and a cover up and a save by Bonello with 15 seconds to go in the third.
All right, a little action now, by gosh. Edina, great job killing that penalty. 5 minutes. All of a sudden they come out with some energy now. Now they're getting their lines back together and they can skate full force and go after it. And they're trying to take advantage of the situation here with 15.2 left.
Face-off win for Edina. Williams with a shot. And a great block there by Siemens. Another shot. That one's rifled wide. Cleared out. Down into the zone, and we're going to have overtime.
Yeah, Kurt Giles clapping his hands. He's happy. Yeah, they got out of that situation really nice. I know he didn't agree with the call, but if he'd seen the replay, he would have known it was a spear. But you know, that was big time. Was that? I just didn't generate enough shots, John. Didn't create enough offense to really get an opportunity to score here with that 5-minute major. So now we've got an overtime period that we're going to play. And we haven't had one so far in the tournament. We usually have an overtime game in the tournament. So here we are in the third place game. Trojans coming up. They're going up to Hermantown and playing them in Duluth East. And then they come back for a game versus St. Louis Park. All these teams play these top schedules, playing Duluth East and Hermantown. Hermantown top in Class A, and Duluth East obviously is going to be in the top 10 here. They were in the state tournament last year, I believe.
Edina gets one. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Edina gets 1 day off, Dan, and then they go to Benilde St. Margaret's Monday. playing in St. Louis Park after that.
Just the schedules these teams play is just incredible. I mean, my gosh, no let up any night.
Well, Edina got a couple of late chances there, Dan, in the last 30 seconds.
Well, like I said, you know, I've never been to one of these tournaments where we didn't have at least one overtime game. So finally, the last game, we get one here, and who's got the energy? Who's going to put it together? Edina's going to fire pucks all over the place. Wayzata's got to get in tight. They got to get the guys in front of Haug and bother them. That's the way they've been scoring, and they haven't done that for about a period now, period and a half. So if they can get back to that, they got a good chance of scoring also. So this just comes down to who can bolster the internal combunctions, whatever you want to call it, and put it together.
Loudon Haug tonight with 25 saves on the night.
He's done a real
23.
They've both done a real good job. You know, Edina has improved their defense from one game to the next. They played much better defense tonight. And Wayzata finally started finding the back of the net. Got some good opportunities. And they got a goalie. They definitely got a goalie this year.
All right, we're ready to go with overtime here at the Plymouth Ice Center. 8 minutes of OT. And we're underway with Wayzata down in their defensive end. That comes loose, side of the net. Oh, and they're right out in front. And Bonello's got to cover it. Took kind of a weird hop, Dan. Back behind Bonello. And they almost gave one up 10 seconds in.
That end of the ice is weird. We're seeing more weird bounces off those boards over there.
Now here comes Wayzata. Got it as far as the blue line, then shot back by Edina to the Trojans line. O'Connell avoids contact at center. Will shoot it down into the Edina zone. Nick Williams for the Hornets sweeps it around the boards, kept in by Mortensen. O'Connell, left point out to Peters. Shot gets deflected up into the air. Knocked down and to the blue line, but kept in by Wayzata. But the Hornets control the puck. Williams looking ahead, gets the pass.
Don't know quite what that call is.
Late offside?
Yeah, it might be. All right, keep your eye on number 2 for Edina. I think it's time they're going to unleash him now. He's been pretty restrained at it. He's not made many rushes, and he made a bunch of them last night. I think he's trying to explain that the faceoff should be down on the other end. Maybe thought it was a hand pass or something.
Clark and Kimlinger on the faceoff. Clark off for Jake Boltman. Got it to the line. Boltman took a big check right in front of the Wayzata bench. Ness clears it out to center. And a good check laid out that time by Dahl as we get a face off with the puck in the glove of Loudon Haug. Clark and Lidke on the faceoff. Overskated by Dahl in his own zone, allows Wayzata to keep the puck in. It was off the linesman to the left corner, back behind the net. And out comes Jimmy Clark. Got as far as neutral zone and turned away by Wayzata and brought back into the Hornets' end. Worst goes after it in the corner. Pass fails to connect with Willie Johnson. Shot back ahead by Peters. And then played by Edina down to the Hornets zone by Rugemer. Into the Trojans end rather as it's onto the stick of Peters. For Wayzata. Out to center. O'Connell. Blocked by Mortensen in. He'll shoot it. Hogg the save. Rebound try, and Hogg makes another stop.
Boy, that was a real big effort by Hogg there. After he made that first save, he was really off balance, and he had to stay centered because that puck was coming right back at him. He did a nice job closing everything up and catching it. See the initial shot coming here, right there. There he was.
Side on Wayzata. 5:50 to go in the overtime. A 2-2 game.
They weren't sure on the call. They consulted. They're going to a neutral ice face-off.
It's a face-off win for the Hornets. Williams. Here comes Worst into the zone. Right side driving to the net. And Pinello will save the rebound. They score. Emmett Worst.
Oh, my.
And Edina wins it in overtime 3-2. Face-off win. They drive into the zone, Dan. And Worst buries it. And the Hornets have the win.
First shot comes out real quick. Manila's kind of didn't know where it was, and all of a sudden, bang, it got in the back of the net on the second shot, I believe.
Take a look at it again. There's Worst. Initial shot on net by Jackson Borst, and then Worst there to bury it and give Edina the third place title. One more look. And Benell just didn't have a chance to recover.
No, he really wasn't sure where it was. He finally saw it last moment before it took off, but you know, Edina fighting back. Looked like they were on their heels in that third period quite a bit, John, especially with the 5-minute major, but I think it invigorated them a little bit when they killed it off. And nice bounce back and recovery to get the win.
So Edina evens their record at 1-1 on the season. Wayzata drops to 0-2. So Dan, as we wrap up the tournament, your thoughts on the opening weekend of hockey and the 4 teams that we saw the last 2 nights?
I think we saw some really good hockey. I thought we saw some teams emerging. I think Maple Grove is showing themselves to be a formidable team. They were picked number 2 in the too early to rank rankings, but that's looking pretty good right now. I like the Spuds. They had a bad period, but I thought they played really well, and I just ran into a buzzsaw in the third period with Maple Grove. Edina's young, and they're going to have some growing yet, some improvement in their game, but especially from the defensive side, Wayzata, they just got to score goals. That's the only problem they're having. I think they're a solid team, play a solid system, and but it was a good tournament. I love the fact we got Moorhead in here. I love it. By God.
These teams will play at least twice more. They'll play 2 late conference games, Saturday, January 18th at Braemar Ice Arena, and then back here at Plymouth Ice Center on Thursday, February 13th, and of course with possibility that they could play in the Section 6AA tournament as they have many times in the past. So Edina a nice win tonight, and they go to 1-1. Congratulations to the Hornets and to the Maple Grove Crimson, our tournament champions for 2019.
Absolutely.
That'll wrap things up for our 2 days of coverage of the 2019 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. For Dan Fick and Jay Wilcox and all of our terrific crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you all winter long. Plenty of coverage of boys and girls hockey and more on CCX Sports.